Hey, it's JackSquare, and in this video we're going to talk about 3 chords that every guitar player needs to know. These are going to change your life. They're going to open up the neck of the guitar, allow you to play lots and lots of cool songs. And the good news is, none of them are bar chords. One of them is the B minor, and it is probably not the B minor that you're thinking of. Let's check them out. So it goes without saying that the more chords you know, the more songs you can play. And most people, when they start learning to play the guitar, they're going to learn their open chords. C, A, G, E, D, A minor, E minor, and D minor. And with these chords, you can play a lot of songs. But then you run into the brick wall that is the bar chords. And for a lot of beginning guitarists, that becomes a barrier between them and the songs that they want to play. Yes, you can use a capo, but it gets pretty old just playing G, C, D, and E minor time after time after time. What we're going to look at in this video is 3 chords that are going to open up the neck of the guitar while you are still working on those bar chords. Now the 3 chords that we're going to take a look at are F, B minor, and F sharp minor. Why those 3 chords? Well, we're going to take a look at a little bit of the music theory. We're not going to delve into too much of it, but just to give you a little bit of context. In the key of C, your main chords are C, F, G, and A minor. In the key of G, those chords are G, C, D, and E minor. In the key of D, your main chords are D, G, A, and B minor. And finally, in the key of A, you have A, D, E, and F sharp minor. If you know these chords, you can play most of the songs that are in these keys. Now, the good news is most of those chords are in that list of open chords that we mentioned a moment ago. But the 3 chords that stand out are F, B minor, and F sharp minor. And conventionally, those chords are bar chords. Now someone might say, hey, wait a second, couldn't we just play in other keys? Well, we could, but then we're going to run into 2, 3, or 4 bar chords in that set of main chords. So it only gets more difficult if you move into the other keys. So let's just stick with these 4 keys for right now. Now in the key of G, you already know those open chords. So let's focus in on these 3 chords so that you can start playing in these other keys. So first off, the F chord. It looks like this. An easy way to get to this chord is by taking your C chord and adjusting a few things. If you move your 3rd finger to the 4th string and your 2nd finger to the 3rd string, then you're there at this F. Now specifically, it's an F major 7, but if you're playing in the key of C, this is going to work most of the time. Next up, we have the B minor, and this one is a big deal because most of the time when people talk about an open B minor, they're thinking of this chord. And that one doesn't really sound good. The one that we're looking at, it sounds a lot better. So check it out. It looks like this. An easy way to get to this B minor is by starting with an A chord, sliding your 3rd finger over 1 fret into the 3rd fret, and taking 1st finger and moving it to the 5th string. Now, one thing about this B minor is that it isn't just a B minor, it's a B minor 11, but it will work most of the time if you're playing in the key of D. Next up, we have the F sharp minor. Now, to be honest, if you can play the F chord, you can play in the key of C. If you can play the B minor, you can play in the key of D. And you could already play in the key of G, throw a capo in the mix, and that might be good enough. But if we learn this one more chord, then you can play in an entire other key. I think that's a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. The F sharp minor looks like this. It's pretty straightforward. All of the fingers are in the 2nd fret. Much like that B minor, this is an F sharp minor 11. But again, it's going to work most of the time if you're playing the key of A and you need an F sharp minor. Now the interesting thing with this chord is that you have 2 different sets of fingers that you can use for this. You can use 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, or you can use 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Most people opt to use 1st through 3rd, but personally, I prefer to use 2nd through 4th. Now why do I do this? Well, because this is a movable chord. It doesn't work everywhere if you're playing the open strings, but in certain frets, it sounds great. If you go to the 5th fret, it's an A minor. If you go to the 7th fret, it's another B minor. And if you go to the 9th fret, well, you tell me what that would be in the comments. The bottom line is that for me, I can make more use of the 1st finger when moving to other chords and alternate shapes than I can when using the 4th finger. It just kind of floats there and there isn't much that I can do with it. But at the end of the day, you got 2 different ways of playing this. It's up to you which one you choose. Well, there you have it. 3 chords that are going to allow you to play lots and lots of different songs. The F so that you can play in the key of C, the B minor so that you can play in the key of D, and the F sharp minor so that you can play in the key of A. Throw that capo in the mix and you're going to be a pretty dangerous guitarist. These are going to work for most songs that are out there in church music, pop, rock, singer-songwriter, country, all that stuff. Basically anything that isn't jazz or metal, you'll probably be okay. So which one of these chords do you think you're going to use the most, or which one are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments. For me personally, it's probably the F chord that I use the most, but that B minor is such a game changer that it's pretty hard not to get excited about it. Well, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss more videos like this one. Share this video with your friends so they can check it out too. Keep on practicing, and I'll catch you next time.